In this video, I'm going to show you how to get a ton of Amazon reviews for your products. Every single day, every single week, every single month. Coming up. Hi guys, this is James from the Giant Marketplace and welcome back. So, we want to get a ton of Amazon reviews for our products. So how do we do that? How do we do that? By playing within the terms and service of Amazon. We don't want to break any rules. We don't want to be pushing our customers, forcing them, asking for 5-star reviews, giving away free products. We don't want to be discounting products. We can't do any of those things now. Anybody who's doing those kind of things, you're going to get either your listing suspended or your account suspended. So we don't want to do any of those things. But how can we still, by playing in the rules, get a ton of Amazon reviews? So what we're going to do, okay, we're going to paint a scenario where we have got a product that's really good, okay? It's in Amazon stores, but we've got a low amount of reviews. We're maybe getting, say, 3 to 5 sales a day, nothing crazy. And our competitors are all doing a lot better than us. They're selling 20 to 30 units a day. Okay, so how do we improve our reviews? We've got our initial reviews, probably from our early review program. Let's say we've got 5 reviews, but it's not enough to give us that social proof right from the off. There's still going to be some doubts when people look at our product. So we've got these sales which are happening, but our customers aren't leaving a review. So how do we deal with that? If a customer is happy with our product, they're not going to go out of their way to leave a positive review or any review. So we need to send them a reminder, okay? We need to send them a gentle reminder. And what we do, we sign up to a service, an autoresponder service, similar to how email autoresponders work, but this is just for Amazon, okay? So we're going to have and sign up to a service like Kibly, Feedback Genius, Feedback Wiz, JumpSend, all of these notifications, Amazon message notifications. And we're going to attach, or we're going to connect these services to our Amazon Seller Central account. So let's say, for example, we're using JumpSend. We're going to then connect that to our Amazon Seller Central account. What that's going to do is going to know all of our sales and when we've made sales and when our customers have bought, when products have been shipped. And we'll set up a rule that says when a product is shipped, 7 days or 10 days or 2 weeks, depending on when you want to actually send that message to that customer, we're going to send them a polite message and ask them to leave a review. We wouldn't want to go down the road of begging or saying, please, we're a small business. I've seen some of these. And if you're an Amazon buyer, you probably have seen some of these messages that you get from products that you've purchased, you purchased on Amazon, where you've received a message saying, oh, we're really pleased that you bought our product. We're a small business. Your reviews depend on us. We don't want to do anything like that. We want to come across professional. We want to come across like we would like you to leave a review. We're already asking for a review because we know our product is good. And this is where the truth and falsehood, and this is what Amazon are trying to stop. So let's say we've got a poor product, and in the past, the seller, being us, know that it's a poor product, but we're trying to push customers by giving them a discount or a free product so they leave a review. What happens is the credibility of Amazon and the review process is being destroyed because people know that they're fake reviews. We don't want to be doing that. We know our product's good, but we just want to be getting customers to leave a review. And this is the problem. This is why these autoresponder services, these messaging autoresponder services exist, because customers will not go out of their way to leave you a review, even if they're happy. So we want to give the customer as many opportunities as possible to do this. One of the other methods is to not only send them a message, but to also place like a contact card. It's like a little insert card inside the product, but we have to be very careful with this as well. We don't want to have a card which just simply says, oh, leave a review, leave a 5-star review, we'll be so happy. We need to leave something that almost says like, why don't you post on our Instagram or your Facebook page yourself using the product? Engage with the customer in that way. Don't be forceful. So anyway, I'm going to be speaking about the best method, and that is the messaging response service. So when your customer buys a product from you, and after 7 days they receive this message from yourself which asks for a review. It's going to be a nice letter linked to the product review section, and then they can leave a review. Now they'll receive this in their email inbox, and they'll receive it also through Amazon's messaging. So they'll have their account and they'll see this message come, and most people will receive it and a reminder in their email inbox. Now, customers can opt out of this. When you join as a new Amazon customer, you can opt out of any marketing or anything like that, but not all customers do. And you can usually tell that because when you're sending out these messages, as you make your daily sales, let's say we said the example of 3 to 5, this is going to go, eventually to 20 to 30 for this particular product. So you're then going to be sending out 20 to 30 messages every day. Well, let's say only 25% of these get read, and then maybe only a couple of percent actually take action on that. Well, it's still good, right? It's still people leaving a review what otherwise might not have done. So a messaging autoresponder service, like I mentioned, like FeedbackWiz, Feedback Genius, they're going to be starting from around about $20. And then depending how many marketplaces you're selling in, obviously you're going to pay extra fees for that. But I'm going to show you now in the on the PC, and going to show you a few services and how they work, and we'll take it from there. Right, guys. So I've just opened up a browser and I've just gone to the 4 websites that I mentioned. So here we've got FeedbackWiz, so that's feedbackwiz.com. We've gone here to Kibly.com, and we've gone to Seller Labs, Feedback Genius, and also to JumpSend. Now all of these services are pretty much of a muchness really. There is some advantages and disadvantages some. How I personally would choose, okay, I have experienced 2 of these services, and how I would judge whether you're in a good service or not is, number 1, what's the interface like? How easy is it to set up a rule? How easy is it to input all of your customer order information? Because that's ultimately what you're doing here. You're going to be taking your Amazon account and you're going to connect it to one of these services. So it's then going to read all that information, all of your customers over the past 30 days, 90 days, and then you're going to set up a rule. You can maybe send out to them straight away, or you maybe have to wait until you've got new sales after it's connected, and then if it's 7 days after, then they'll receive 7 days after that product was shipped. Now, depending on your product as well, it might be something, let's say you're selling, top of my head, let's say you're selling something like an anti-wrinkle cream. There's no point sending the customer a message after 7 days to say, please review my product, because you haven't given the product time to work. It maybe needs 30 days or 60 days. I think that's maybe a little bit too long to actually send a customer something in 2 months, but we can certainly send them something in maybe 3 to 4 weeks' time. So most products, if you think about electrical or immediate use products, anything that the customer can use immediately and get results from, it's an electronic product or it's something for the garden or home, then they're going to be happy to review that product within that 7-day period. A lot of people, even though they order and next day delivery, are not necessarily going to unbox it and start using it. But we give chance for many days to pass, and we also give chance for the weekend to come and go. So it's a good idea to just have at least 7 days, but a good one is probably to do it for 10 days. So we're going to refer to this as like the 7 to 10 day rule. And like I said, with any of these services, they're all different. They also offer additional services with your Amazon account. So they'll let you know when you receive a negative review for your product. They'll also let you know when you receive seller feedback. Obviously, seller feedback is a little bit different to product reviews. Your seller feedback is on your account, and your product review is on your actual product. But that product could potentially be sold by more than one seller. So that's how they're detached. Now, personally, after I've been selling on Amazon now for over 7 years, I've never pursued seller feedback. I believe seller feedback just comes naturally. And if you're selling through Fulfilled by Amazon, then if you like, the customer service part is taken care of by Amazon. Now, it's quite a strange thing, okay? Just to explain this really. If a customer is happy and they've received their product and it's been delivered, they'll quite happily leave a positive seller feedback. However, if their product didn't turn up and maybe it was told by the delivery driver that it was left in a porch and it wasn't in the porch or something like that, that customer would then ring up and Amazon would have to sort it out, but they could leave you a negative seller feedback. But you can actually go online, log onto your account and ask Amazon to mark that feedback off your record because you weren't responsible. And that's exactly what happened. You're pasting your order number for that particular customer who's left that negative seller feedback, and you'll get a strike through, and then it will come back underneath with comments saying Amazon was responsible for this customer service. So if you're selling FBA, I wouldn't really worry. Your seller feedback will build up over time, okay? I know you can send messages, and in the beginning it was seen like these automatic autoresponder services would pursue customers for, number one, the seller feedback, and then also for the product review. I believe it's best to just concentrate on the product review. Yes, your account has to be in good standing. No, you can't have negative lots of seller feedback. But for me, as an Amazon seller selling lots and lots of units, that will come naturally. We want to concentrate just on product reviews. So, having said that, I can tell you my experience with one of these, and I used for a long time Kibly. It was a good enough service, and it worked at the end of the day. I set up my mails and I sent them out, but I found the interface very difficult to use. It just didn't seem that easy to navigate around, and when I wanted to look at my rules, if I wanted to look at my template messages, if I wanted to copy from one to another, and I just found it a bit disjointed. But yeah, you know what, it was reliable and it worked. The only time I had a problem here is when they message all of their clients that were using their service to say that Amazon had contacted them personally as in a company to try and stop anything that had emojis or was too overly friendly. So why were Amazon talking about being overly friendly? If you're too overly friendly, then you could potentially be massaging that customer to leave a higher review than what would be normal. So Amazon are making sure that all these responder services, because you can send nice pictures, you can put emojis, you can send all of that through these services. So Kibly didn't want to obviously use their connection that they've got with Amazon and get blocked. So in that, it was okay, it was reliable, it worked for an amount of years. And the only problem is when you use one of these services, and you can use search software, to find items that are selling really well on Amazon, or keyword search software tools and things like that to find out what's the best keywords and where's the volume of traffic and demand and things like that. You can sort of subscribe to these services and drop them, that kind of thing, but you can't really with a message autoresponder. And the reason for that is if you've got several products and you've set up this responder, then you're kind of tied in because you're waiting for that 7-day period to happen or 30 days or whatever. And as soon as that sale is made on that software, it's then counting until that 30-day period comes up to then send that customer review. So if you kind of come away from that and then you join another service, well, you've lost all of those sales that have happened in that particular time, maybe going back that 30-day period. And then the moment you set up a new rule with a new software provider, then you're going to be waiting another 30 days for your next lot of reviews. So you could lose a gap of reviews. Now, if you're clever and you want to time it, you make sure that you're sending reviews up to a point and then switching off and sending off messages to get reviews up to a point, and then you're switching on the new service. But when we're selling and we're looking at new products and we're researching and we've got loads of other responsibilities that we're doing, dealing with an autoresponder service like that from that point of view. So what am I saying in short is to just check it out first. A lot of these come with 30-day trials, or at least 14-day trials, or a cheaper subscription. So you can test the software out. You don't have to necessarily plug your account up. Just see what it's like to create a message. See what it's like to set up that rule. What are their templates like? Because a lot of these services will have their own templates as well. So what sort of a letter do we want to be sending our customers? Now, if you comment down below and ask for this letter, I will send it to you. Whether it's in a Word document format or PDF, no problem. But the type of letter you want to be sending is just politely the customer's first name. You can do this. Everything I put in brackets, it's a parameter that you can have pulled from that customer order. So we can grab that customer's first name, and we can grab the product name, we can grab our store name, we can grab the order number, and we can do all of these things. So when the customer receives it, it's not obviously saying their first name as in bracket first name, but it's actually their first name, it's the actual order number. So I'm just going to read this out. I put it here, so I'll say my name is James and I'm the owner of ABC Stores. I want to thank you personally for being one of our customers. I noticed that your order of bird seeds was delivered recently. Your order, and then you can go there, attach the customer order number on, so if the customer clicks on it, it would then go to their order. I hope that you've had a chance to try the product, and I want to make sure that you are 100% happy. If you have any issues, please do not hesitate to reply to this email so that I can make it right. In fact, I love to hear from people who are enjoying my products. So I'd like to hear from you, even if everything has gone smoothly. So that just there is just an opportunity for, let's say somebody is happy with the product, but they just want to let you know maybe something that's really good, but how they could make it better. So just that conversation with the customer is always good, because if you don't ask, honestly, you'll not hear back from your customers. And how many times have you bought a product which you're not quite happy with and you won't touch that seller again? You've probably not gone back and said that you don't like it, maybe not even had a refund off them. And you miss that opportunity that as a customer, you're not telling the seller if it's bad or not. Now, when you're really on this and you're really interested, and this is the mindset you've got to have as an Amazon seller, creating the best products for the customers in that space. Obviously, you've got to have a profit margin, but if your aim is to make the best product in that category, in that area, then this is exactly how you can go about sort of gathering that kind of data. And that's the mindset you want to have. And I've gone on to say, if you are not satisfied with the product, please give us a chance to make it right. Please respond to this email and I'll do whatever it takes to make you happy. We would be honored to get your honest review of the product. That's key, honest review of the product. You're not asking for a 5-star review. You're not asking for 4 stars or more. You're asking for an honest review of the product. And then you would have a link there to review the product. Thank you again for ordering from ABC Stores. We genuinely appreciate your business. We love our customers and we will always be here if you need us. Wishing you the best. And then James, the owner of the said store. And then you could have like a catchy slogan at the end, if it's, on brand or whatever. You don't have to put that at the end of the day, but if you're thinking about brands and stuff, eventually you want to build this up. Now, you don't have to do all of this straight away. You can make it short and sweet. Just put down what you feel comfortable putting down. If it all sounds a bit cheesy on a bit of the things, then don't worry putting it down. So that's that. Okay, so I've just popped this on screen now. This is just like a flow diagram of the process, and you'll be able to see here why this method is effective. Okay, so your customer makes a purchase on Amazon, right? When they make a purchase, because your Amazon Seller Central account is linked with the autoresponder service, that customer order is then recorded in Kibly, JumpSend, Feedback Genius, one of those. And that's where your autoresponder service is, okay? Then you'll have a rule to send your Amazon message out. So thank you for thank you for purchasing the product. We'd like you to leave a review, that kind of thing, and the one I've just detailed just now. So I've got a wait period of 10 days. After 10 days, we're going to send an Amazon message, that one, to the customer. The customer then picks that up and they then go to the link and leave an Amazon product review. So what's happening right now if you don't have one of these services, and you can watch the many videos which are associated with those service providers. I suggest you look at each one and see what the benefits are. And I mean, I think it's actually harmful not to have these services now. And one of the things I always, straight away, if anybody asks me selling on Amazon, the tools and things, one of them has to be a service which is send an autoresponder message to a customer 7 to 10 days after you purchase to remind them to leave a review for your product. This helps further sales. Your listings will go higher up the ranking. The better reviews you have, the more frequency of reviews, the quality of reviews. And what we're doing here, we're not building a false picture, we're building a true picture. But what we find is if a customer's happy with the product, they're not going to go out of their way to leave a review. So that means everybody who's doing the fakes, everybody who's actually got one of these services is actually going to end up being ahead of the honest people. And that's what we're doing here. We're creating an honest picture. We're just sending the customer a reminder to leave that review, just to tell us how well they're using that product compared to other products that they've previously purchased. So just to run through it, if a customer purchases a product from you and they're happy with it, they're not in any of this at all. They may get a message from Amazon to say, please leave a review, but a lot of the time I find that they don't receive this, or that's ignored because it looks like many other Amazon emails that a customer may receive. So you're missing this process. Every single purchase that a customer makes, if you've not got a message autoresponder, you're missing every opportunity to get a brand new positive review. Now, it could be that a customer jumps on this straight away and they're not happy with your product. Maybe it turned up damaged, maybe something happened, it broke, these things happen. That customer too will also end up going through this page, but when they end up going to the Amazon message part here, they can see that you've actually said, please contact us if there's an issue. Now, it would take someone who to have a really bad day to skip past that and just go straight to leave you a review. They'll want to resolve that issue. And maybe they've got an issue with it but haven't messaged you yet. By you just openly, saying, please, contact me, it gives them an opportunity straight away to say, actually, this seller actually cares. Maybe they're not aware of this product, this issue I've got with this product. So then you as the customer can then send that message. So any other opportunity you have to interact with the customer, there is one further step in here you can add, and I've seen this been done. I haven't used this with a lot of anger, because I don't believe it works with all products. But what I'm trying to explain here is, you, instead of a 7-day rule or a 10-day rule, you can still have that, but you can also have something that sends a customer some information after day one. So let's say we're selling a supplement, and this is something that the customer consumes, but let's say it's something to do with either muscle building or it's weight loss or something like that. If that's the case, then that's not the full picture, is it? The customer's not going to be able to eat that magic pill and then miraculously all of a sudden happen. No, you've got to have other things like exercise, and you've got to have diet that've got to be in check. Or let's say we've got a gardening tool, and maybe we've just got the tool itself, but what's the best way to use that tool? So what we can do is we can send a customer a message immediately after purchase, or maybe one day after it's shipped. A lot of customers are now using Prime, so it's not unrealistic for the customer to actually have it in hand, on the next day. So in this message, we'll be a bit different. We may be able to attach a PDF document, and in that PDF document, we can say the best ways to use that product, for gardening, and the best way to take care of the soil before you're planting the seeds and things like that. Or in the same for the supplement, the best diets to be using. Obviously, we've got to be a little bit careful about what we're advising. We've got to add in your normal disclaimers and things like that. But if we just think of it of a simple point of view of sending a customer straight away after purchase, straight into your Kibly, JumpSend, Feedback Genius, and then one day we're sending them a message to say, this is the best way to use our product. Here's a really good instruction manual with pointers and videos and everything like that. So the customer is going to be happier at this point. So when in 7 to 10 days time we send them a message straight through here, going through to the customer and then asking for a review, they're going to be more happy, they're going to be more inclined to leave you a review, because number one, you've got in touch with them, and number two, you've cared about their use of the product. So that's all I wanted to explain today. I hope I've been able to show you how an autoresponder can get you a ton of reviews. This is the best method for getting the reviews and legitimately. I know there's tons of other ways of getting reviews, and you know, if you want to discuss them with me, message down in the comment section. I'm happy to discuss, and probably I'll try and persuade you that to use this method over and above some of the more dubious tactics, because it will just get your account in trouble. Not today, not tomorrow, but it's going to happen at some point. And the worst thing is, you don't want your Amazon account, especially when you're doing really, really well, to get shut down, or you know, your great product to be shut down. So that's all I have to say, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And thanks very much for joining, watching, comment, subscribe, click the bell notification, you know, all them things. Thank you. Cheers.